Number one, how to take a selfie using your palm in what's called a palm selfie. Let's open up the camera here, and basically make sure you're on the front camera, and if you hold your palm out just like this, it'll automatically trigger a countdown. So you can hold your palm up and it'll automatically take a picture. This is an easy way for you to take a selfie without having to try to reach the shutter button. You simply just, again, hold the camera out, and wherever you are, make sure your palm is nice and high in the air and in the shot, and it'll just begin to take pictures for you. That is called the palm selfie. Now our number two tip is going to come in the shutter button here. When you're on photo, if you take your finger, instead of just tapping the button, if you basically drag your finger down the button, you will trigger a burst mode. And if you notice, it's taking a ton of pictures. It'll take up to, I think, 20 or 30 pictures. Let's see here. So it took up to 30 pictures at one time. This will work for the front camera. It'll also work for the rear camera as well. Just, again, slide down the button and hold, and then it will snap up to 30 pictures at one time. This is great for capturing motion or any quick scene. You know, if you're really trying to get that perfect shot and you may not catch it right at the right moment, just do a burst and then you'll get a bunch of shots, and then you can go through them after, and then you can select the best shot. Number three is called the quick launch camera shortcut, and by tapping the power button 2 times, it'll automatically take you out of whatever you're doing and it'll open up the camera just like this. There we go. It automatically took us out of the home screen and right to the camera. Now, even if your screen is off, you can still tap that button twice and it'll wake up the phone and take you right to the camera. Again, this is called the quick launch camera, and this will ensure that you never miss an important moment, because again, by double tapping that power button, it's going to take you out of whatever you're doing, open the camera so you can get that perfect shot. Now, so far, if any of these have been helpful, please stop and bump that like button down below. Really appreciate that. Now the next tip is going to be, let's go back to the camera. Let's go to our settings. Now this tip is going to help you take better pictures, and this is simply by enabling the grid lines feature right here. We're going to turn on grid lines, and now when you go to the camera, you're going to have this grid. So this will help you frame up your shot to get the perfect picture. Now the rule is, whatever your focal point is of the shot, you want to be in this center square. So right now I'm off, but if I were to adjust it and have the camera now in that center square, that's a much better shot than this shot right here where the camera is not right in the center. All right, so turning on those grid lines is super helpful. It'll help frame up your shot and just give you a better overall picture. Now the next tip's a really fun one. If you have Samsung's new fitness tracker, this is their budget fitness tracker, the Galaxy Fit, or any one of their other smartwatches, you can take pictures right from your watch. Now on this one here, I can swipe up and I can go all the way to camera remote. And now I can use this to trigger a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it will take a picture for me. So imagine you're standing there and you're wanting to get that shot. You just simply tap that button and it will automatically trigger that picture for you. You can also change the timer and not even have a timer and just have it being automatic. Now, this is again using their budget fitness tracker. I'll link it on screen as well. This is a really cool tracker and it only costs around 60 bucks. This will also work if you have one of their more advanced watches. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. You can also use this or any one of their other smartwatches. As long as you're paired using Bluetooth, you can use that to snap pictures. The next tip is to pay attention to the orientation that you're taking the picture in. So right now we're in a 3:4 ratio, which is not really the best ratio to take a picture in. If you want a wide angle picture, you're gonna wanna be in that 9:16, and that's gonna take up the whole screen and give you a little more real estate in the picture. Now, if you're adding pictures to Instagram, for example, in their feed, you'll wanna go with a 1:1 ratio, which is a perfect square. So just be mindful of what setting you're in. And normally I stay in the 9:16. But again, it just depends on what type of shot you're trying to get. That will determine what you're going to adjust that to. The next tip is a fun one. Sometime when you're trying to size up your shot the right way, it can be a little hard to reach the shutter button, but you can actually use the volume buttons to snap your pictures or record a video as well. So right now I'm going to rotate the camera and let's size up a picture here. All right, here's our shot right here, and I'm just gonna tap that volume up button and it's gonna snap pictures for me. Now, holding the phone this way, it's so much easier for me to reach that button than it is trying to move my thumb over to tap on the shutter button there. So this is a really great tip, and you can also use this for recording video as well. Just tapping that volume button to start the video and then tapping it again to stop. The next trick is a super fun one. It's super quick. If you ever want to switch between the front and rear camera, obviously you have this button right here you can press to do that. But you can also just swipe up the screen as well, and this will also rotate you from the rear camera to the front camera. So pretty cool, just a quick swipe up the screen to switch back and forth. Now when you're recording a video, one important thing to note, so I just hit record, my video has started. If there's ever a point in the video where you say, hey, I would love to get a snapshot of what's happening right now, you can tap on this shutter button, and this will allow you to pull stills or take stills while you're recording video. So super easy feature here, and it helps you turn your videos into even great pictures as well. Another cool tip is that when you're taking pictures, sometimes something video worthy is happening, and instead of you trying to switch over to the video function, instead of tapping the shutter button, if you just simply keep your finger on the button, it will actually automatically start recording video. You see that? Just simply hold down the button and keep your finger there, and then it will begin to record video. This is a really quick way to turn a photo-worthy moment into a full-out video. And one thing that's kind of funny, if you're ever trying to take a group picture and it's taking a long time, sometimes I just hit record and I just let it record, then I just pull the stills later. I try to get a great frame of the video and then just pause it and pull a frame that way, because sometimes it's hard to catch everyone right at the same moment when they're smiling. So just another pro tip. So look, after you've taken all your pictures, here's some other cool tips you can use when you're in the gallery app. So in case you didn't know, when you take pictures, they're all going to be accessible through the gallery app, which is right here, or by swiping up. This is your gallery app. Now, here's a couple of cool tips that will help you have some more fun with your pictures. Now, right now I'm in one of my albums here, and let's say I want to make a collage of all the pictures that I just took. I'm going to hold down for 1 second on one picture, and it's going to put a check in the upper left corner. I want to select this picture and this one. At the bottom here, there's a button that says create. If you tap on create, you can turn it into a GIF or turn it into a collage. Let's tap on collage, and it will take all those pictures and put them in a nice little collage. And then here you can play around with the dimensions of the collage and how big each picture shows up. You can change the ratio and make the collage better for like Instagram. We could jump back here and kind of play around with it there. So this is a really great settings that Samsung has added to their gallery app. Usually you'd have to download a separate app to do this, but now it's all built into the phone, and it just makes it easier for you to edit your photos and have a lot more fun right from your phone without having to download extra apps. Let's go ahead and save this, and this is actually ready for me to throw on my Instagram stories now that I've changed the ratio to that 9:16. Now, another cool tip when it comes to your photos, when you're on pictures, it's going to organize all the pictures based on the day. If you go to albums, it's going to create a couple of default albums. So recent pictures, favorites, camera, quick share, and messages. Now, I can create my own photo album just by doing this. So one at the top of the screen, there's a plus. If I tap on this plus, it will give me the option to create different photo albums, from a regular album to an auto updating album, a group, a shared album. I like to keep it simple, so I'm just going to create a regular album like this. Here I can name it New Pics, just to have something on there. Okay, now it's going to allow me to go in and add some pictures to that album. So I'm going to go to recent, and let's just select all these shots right here. I'm going to hit done, and it's going to ask you, do you want to move them or copy them? Which means, do you want to keep a copy in the original album and put the other half in the new album, or just move them? I'm going to just put a copy so that they'll exist in both locations. And now I have a new folder that's called New Pics right here. There's another way to do this, which is super easy. I'm going to go into Quick Share, and I'm going to hold down on one picture and then select this other one here. And then I'm going to tap on More in the bottom right corner. Here you have the option to copy it to an album. If you tap Copy to an album, here it will allow you to select one of your existing albums, or you have that Create button, which will also allow you to create a brand new album to be able to copy those photos into. So that's another way as well to create a folder and allow you to organize your photos. Definitely encourage you to do that, because that main folder, that main camera folder, can get so full. Usually people will have thousands of pictures in there because they never organize them, and it's so hard to find that shot you're looking for because you're looking through thousands of pictures trying to find it. Whereas if you have an event, just take those photos and throw them in one new album and name it Christmas 2024 or birthday party November 2021, whatever. And now it's easier to just go back to that folder instead of having to scroll through all your pictures to try to find the one you're looking for. This next tip is a super game changer. Now, let's say I want to share all these pictures that I just took, the ones that have this little cup holder or this coaster. So I'm going in, I'm selecting pictures. I want to share these 15 pictures with someone. Now, you can't send those as a text message because the limit on text messages really will only allow you to send like 3 or 4 pictures, and it depends on what size you took them at, right? But let's say you had 20, 50, 100 pictures you wanted to send out to a group. Maybe you had a barbecue for your family, you want to send the pictures to everyone. The easiest way to do that is select them all like I just did, tap on the share button, and then from here you're going to tap on Quick Share. And with Quick Share, this will allow you to basically take all those photos, upload them to Samsung Cloud, and then you'll tap on QR code or link. It's going to give you a shareable link that you can copy, and you can now send that to your loved ones. From there, that link is copied into your clipboard. You can paste it into a text message or an email, and you can now send that out to as many people as you like. They're going to click on that link. And in fact, let me show you what it looks like when they get that link, because it's super simple. Let's paste the link and hit go. So this is what it's going to look like. They can see a preview of all the photos that are in the link, and all they're going to do is tap on download, and then they can download all the files to their computer or their phone, or they can hit select and they can pick certain photos that they would like to have downloaded to their computer or their phone. So this is the easiest way to share either a lot of pictures at one time, or if you have a really large video file, I'm talking a 1 gigabyte video file, maybe you recorded a 10-minute part of a game or for a part of a recital, whatever, you can follow that same process. And I'll show you one more time just in case you missed it. Let's actually take this video right here, hold down this video and make sure it's selected with that check, hit the share button, tap on Quick Share, and then tap on QR code or link. This gives us the link, and I just closed it. Let's try it again. This gives us a link here. Just tap copy URL, and then you can take that, you can paste that into an email or a text message, send it off, and then someone can now download your 1 gig video file in a couple of minutes. So this is a super great feature that will allow you to just share out your pictures so much easier and your large videos. Now, the very last tip, this comes in your process of trying to organize all your pictures, right? So you're going through your camera, I have a ton of pictures in here. A really great practice is simply hold down on a picture that you like. Let's say I like this picture and this one and this one, and this one. Now I'm going to tap on the 3 dots in the bottom right corner and tap add to favorites. So those pictures are going to stay in this album, but I've labeled them with a heart. So also you can see those now have a little heart in the corner. So heart on that one, heart on this one, heart on this one. So now as you scroll through, you can remember, oh yeah, I favorited those pictures. That's one thing. The other thing is, in my favorites folder, I have all the pictures that I just hearted. Now my wife often does this. I'll take hundreds of pictures when we go somewhere. I'll give her the phone, she'll scroll through, and then she'll just start favoriting the pictures that she likes, right? And then she'll say, send me all the favorites. I'll come in here and I'll select those 4 pictures, and then I'll simply share it. And then I'll share it to her on WhatsApp, or I'll send her that link so she can download them to her phone. So this is a really easy way to help you with organizing your pictures. So hope you guys found this helpful. This was a mix of camera tips and tricks and also just photo organization tips and tricks. No one talks a lot about the gallery app. It's a great app and it does a lot, but you really have to know how to navigate it. So I hope the tips that I included on just organizing your photos and sharing them out were also helpful. Do me a favor, leave me a comment and let me know what tips were the most helpful. And also, if you could hit the like button so that it basically tells YouTube that you like the video, and it encourages them to push the video out to more people who need to learn and want to learn more about their phone. It's your way of just showing support and saying thank you. You can also say thanks by tapping on that super thanks button, and you can leave a tip if you so desire. But hitting that like and leaving a comment is good enough for me. So thanks again for watching. I'll link here to my full playlist, so I have all my A16 videos, and I'll link here to another really helpful video as well. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.